Hi students, myself Dr. Nandini. So this is my continuation of previous e-content on post-endodontic restoration. So previously we spoke about what are the changes that happens in endodontically treated teeth, what considerations we have to do when we come up to the fact of restoring this kind of teeth. So basically we go for a post and core when there's a severe amount of tooth structure loss, like more than half to two-thirds of tooth structure is lost. We will consider this placement of post and core. So this combination of post, core and coronal restoration is called as foundation restoration. So in exam you might get a question like a foundation restoration. This word might not be present in your textbook, but whenever a question comes like a foundation restoration, we have to write about this post and core and coronal restoration. So basically we know what is a post. Post is nothing but the portion which we keep it inside the root canal. So this portion, the red portion, this image will be is actually a root canal picture. So inside this we'll just post a post, we'll just place a post. This gray one is the post, and the main purpose of the post is to give retention for the core material which you are keeping it over the lost coronal tooth structure. So this is basically post and core. Post is nothing but which you place it inside the root canal, and the main purpose of the post is to give retention to the core, and the core is nothing but it replaces the lost coronal tooth structure, and this core is nothing but gives protection and retention for the crown. So overall this post and core we have to cover it with the coronal restoration, that is nothing but your crown. So this crown will restore the function, aesthetics and protects the root and crown from fracture. So this combination of post, core and over the core with the restoration which we give, this all forms a part of foundation restoration. So we have different type of materials which can be used as a core. So for example, we can see amalgam can be used as a core, resin composite can be used, sometimes gold and GIC can also be used as a core restoring materials. So now coming to post. So when you come to post, before going into the factors that we have to consider while placing the post, you have to know what are the different types of post available. There are different criterias on which, based on which you will classify the post. So these are the various classifications. First of all, depending upon the configuration, the shape of the post, we can classify it as a parallel, tapered and combination. Combination is nothing but a combination of parallel, and the apical portion will be a tapered portion. I'll explain each and everything like what it is. So, for example, the tapered post you can see in the image, the shape of the post itself is tapering towards the apex. So, the main advantage is that it can fit completely to the canal shape, but the problem with this is that it is less retentive and it has got a more tendency of wedging effect. Extreme stress distribution is found in this, leading to fracture of the tooth. Whereas the parallel you can see it is in the same shape from top to bottom. So, this is actually most retentive type of post, and the stress distribution is also very minimal. But when you come to the tooth structure loss, in order to help in the placement of this post, we have to cut a lot of radicular dentin. So excessive tooth structure loss will be seen. So in order to combine the advantage of both this post, what it gave was combination post. So here the coronal portion will be parallel, which will fit to the canal shape in its widest dimension, whereas the apical portion will be tapered, so which can completely configure to the canal shape in the apical portion. This is one type of classification. The other type of classification is nothing but depending upon the surface characteristics. Some post will be smooth post. In this, the retention will be primarily based upon your luting cement, whereas some other post will be threaded and serrated. So it's nothing but the serrated is nothing but the surface will be rough. So this will be a kind of helping in the retention, mechanical retention. And threaded is nothing but before placing the post, you will have some pre-tapped threads being placed on the canal. You have some screws for that. We'll produce some threads inside the canal and then screw this post inside that thread. So the concept of this post led to a classification called as active post and passive post. Active post is nothing but post which has some serrations on it which help in the retention on its own. But the problem with this is it is extremely retentive, but excessive stress concentration will be found. Whereas in case of smooth post, that's a type of passive post. This is less stress distribution is there, and the retention primarily depends upon your luting cement. So this is one type of post classification. The other types will be depending upon the material. that is metal post, and sometimes it will be a fiber post. And one more classification is that a prefabricated post is available commercially in the market. Some others will be a custom made post, that is we will customize the post according to the canal shape. For example, some canals will be like a large canal, funnel shaped canal. In such cases, instead of over preparing the canal and placing a parallel post, you can customize the post. Like we can take a wax pattern and give it to the lab for the customized cast post. So that is found to be more retentive than the tapered prefabricated post. So these are the images of various posts available. This is an image of tapered post, and this is an image of parallel post. And you can appreciate in this image, for example, A is nothing but a tapered. These all are examples of prefabricated post. So the A will be a tapered post, and you can see the surface, it is smooth, so it is a tapered smooth post. Whereas B, you can see the shape is parallel. At the same time, some serrations are there, so it is parallel serrated post. Whereas C, you can see it's a combination. Here it is parallel, and when it comes to the apical portion, it is tapered. And when you see the surface, it is not smooth. You can see some threads. So this will be screwed inside the pre-tapped canal. So this is a combination of, oh, sorry, this is actually a tapered self-threading post, whereas a D is a parallel threaded post. The E type is nothing but a combination post, where you can see a parallel shape here, and in the apical portion it is tapered. So it's a parallel serrated tapered end. So these are different types of post. So as I already told, basically the parallel post is most retentive, but excessive tooth structure removal will be seen with the parallel post. Whereas in tapered post, it has got a best canal adaptation, but the problem with this is more wedging forces are there, so it's better to use a combination post. And coming to active post, it has a lot of serrations and threadings present on it. It is more retentive, but again more wedging post. Whereas a passive post is nothing but a smooth surface post. Here it is least amount of forces are seen, because a pretension primary depends upon your luting cement. So these are the examples. So this is nothing but a parallel threaded post. This is a parallel post with some serrations on it. This is nothing but a tapered post. You can see the full length, it is tapering towards the apex. This is nothing but a combination post. Here you can see some tapering, and the below portion is parallel. So the parallel portion will fit in the middle and coronal part of the root canal. The apical part of the post will fit into the apical part of the root canal. And these all are examples of prefabricated posts. The first two is a metal post. The next two is a type of ceramic post. So in apart from metal, we can also use ceramic and fiber reinforced post. This has got better aesthetic properties when compared to metal post. So examples of prefabricated fiber post available in the market. So now after completing post, you have to post and core. You have to know about what are the different types of coronal restorations that are given in the labs. So we have a basic type, that is a metal crown. This is nothing but a gold crown. Then we also have some porcelain fused metal crown. The inside portion will be a metal, whereas the outer coping will be a ceramic given. And in order to give more aesthetics, now completely all ceramic crowns are available. This is the all resin crowns, which is not generally preferred. So this is an examples of a cast post restoration and a fiber post. So this image which you see with the post alone, it is an example of fiber post placement. When there's extensive amount of tooth structure loss, in such cases we do a customized cast post, and we have a metal core which is you can appreciate in this image. So here basically in fiber post you place the post chassis. This is actually prefabricated post over which we can give a composite core. Whereas in this cases, in cast post cases, there will be extensive root structure loss. In such cases, you have to customize the post. You will take a wax pattern of the shape of the canal, and you will give it to the lab for casting. They will give you a metal post with the core outside. This metal portion which you can see outside is the core portion. The inside of the root canal you will see a post. So this combination is starting with the post and core. Over this crown, you will again take and prepare the crown, prepare the core. You will take an impression, give it to the lab, and they will give you the coronal restoration. So this is the post, core, and coronal restoration. So you can see here, chipped off, tooth is prepared, crown is placed as a final result. This is actually a case where there is not extensive tooth structure loss. So here there is no requirement of a post and core. You can directly place the coronal restoration.